Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another episode of Higurashi. Last time, we're kind of in dire straits. Uh, the Tokyo faction got laid up on us and like leaked information to the drug, whatever the drug force is called, and they might strip the whole operation. But Sukata popped off a little. I'm not gonna lie. Also, just want to make 100% sure we're in the right. Yeah, that's not it. Yeah, we're Gucci. Sukata's like, hey, the shipment's happening tonight. Um, this is your last chance. Go get him, kid. And then Tamori like wrote a letter. I think that's why she was here, or like some note. That you're all caught up. Let's get into this. No, the letter's gone. Good, because I kind of forgot what it said, but it was heartfelt. Tomoe suddenly burst out saying that, then crumpled the letter addressed to Yamokai into a ball and tossed it into the trash can. Yamokai, Madoka, Fujita, and so many others. She thought she'd write them all down. She thought she'd write down all her thoughts to convey them to everyone, but all that came out was an apology and some overstated excuses. She didn't think it was disgraceful, but she still didn't like it because it felt like she was embellishing herself. Tomoe was earnestly thinking of others and trying to communicate with them, like always. That was most likely something she learned from her repeated experiences of failure since her school days. So, it was fine. There's no need to leave behind a will. Come on, strive to live. Yeah, that's fine. Though she was prepared for it, she had no intention of dying. It's the good ending. You can't die here, Tomoe. She going by herself? Guess she's going balls to the walls. When she entered the room, there's nobody left inside. Since tomorrow's raid was cancelled, all the investigators were granted temporary leave in an effort to boost morale. Every name on the 1st Division activities board was tagged with home leave. She slowly looked over the messy room. She always thought this space was small, but being here all alone made it feel very broad. She was never particular fond of the bachelor pad stench in the room, but now the smell felt somehow warm and nostalgic. Acclamation is what we call that. She took the resignation letter she wrote in the data room, along with her police badge and the handcuffs, and sat them on the section chief's desk. But the extendable baton she carried in her jacket at all times, she decided to bring that with her. Gotta bring some weaponry. It was a personal item that Tomoe herself had bought in the first place. Even if it was found on her corpse, it wouldn't be classified as police equipment. Okay, so she's just saying, in case she dies, she doesn't want any police equipment there, or be found as one, because she's not acting as a detective right now. Tomoe opened the door, then suddenly turned back like she remembered something, then stood up straight to don a salute. Then she turned around and closed the door as she left the room. It's go time. As she proceeded down the quiet hallway, a shadow emerged in front of her. Squinting to see better in the dark, she could tell it was her boss, Mino. Hello. Think he knows something? Tomoe gently raised her face to look straight at Mino. He let out a sigh while adjusting his glasses, then spoke up. Damn it. Supposed to be private, man. Oh, yeah. so he doesn't know the full story. Come to think of it, she forgot to tell Takayashiki not to say anything. He must have been listening to her discussion with Sutada. Wouldn't it be strange at all for him to find the conversation troubling and report it back to Mino?
今夜、新型プラシルが国内某所に持ち込まれるそうです。
何？
その現場らしきところを突き止めました。
The airport.
千葉とローウェル社、その両方か、どちらかが取引に絡んでいる可能性があります。直接そこへ乗り込んで、その証拠を抑えに行ってきます。
もしそれが本当なら、見張りも大勢いる。相手は武装もしているだろう。一人でどうやって乗り込むつもりだ。ホームパーティーに行くんじゃねえんだぞ。
Tomoe bitterly smiled and shrugged her shoulders while shaking her head. Seeing that reaction, Mino knew her destination was going to be very dangerous, and he could tell there'd be problems.
言ったはずだ。マトリには俺が掛け合って何とかする。それまで待てと。そこまでリスクの高い無茶をしなくても、相手を追い込む手段は他にも数限りなくある。それともお前はそれが信用できないのか？
いえ、信じています。だから、行くんです。
Tomoe herself was surprised by how calmly she was able to say that. She really did have faith in Mino. He would definitely use all his available connections and skills to improve the current situation.
だけど、それでは遅い。
This deal Sutada just told her about was going to be their greatest and final chance to deliver a fatal blow to their enemies. They had encountered Saramachi and his colleagues to handle they entrusted Saramachi and his colleagues to handle Chiba, but hopefully they'd still be able to offer them backup. And above all, they still had the opportunity to stop the new version of Placille from being distributed.
場所は
柿内空港。隣接する航空自衛隊基地。その敷地内のどこか。
なるほど。今日は搬入日か。
We don't have time to do this officially.
航空ショーを隠れ蓑にしてたとはな。
A few days ago, Arakawa had asked Mino to arrange tickets to the air show. Based on just that and Tomoe's few replies, he was able to glean the criminal group's plans.
私一人では決して突き止めることができませんでした。父と塚田さん、妹、たくさんの人たちのおかげで分かったんです。
で、その現場をお前一人で調べるってのか？警察を辞めた一般市民が不法侵入して偶然見つけたとでも言い張って？それがお前の考えた秘策なのか？冗談じゃねえ。だったらせめて令状を取るまで待ちやがれ。
Not time though, man.
そしたら
とても捜索令状をすぐに出しても
That's what
らえ
I'm
るところではあり
saying.
ません。そこで取引が行われるという
Yeah,
確かな証拠もありませんし。
it's a weak case, honestly.
ですが、
I know that from
実際
watching
に
Law
現
and
場を押
Order.
さえて何らかの情報をつかむこと
Well,
が
it
でき
depends
れ
on
ば
the judge, but
次につなげることがで
it's
きま
probably
す。
stricter in Japan. Well, actually, I have no idea. I just assume.
危険を冒す価値は十分にあるものです。
だから俺たちに迷惑をかけまいと刑事の職まで捨てて突っ込む。何を考えてんだお前。正気か？
これは父がやり残した仕事なんです。だから娘の私が最後まで引き継ぐべきだと思っています。
バカ言ってんじゃねえ。
Mino marched up to Tomoe and grabbed her by the collar, then shouted in a deep, angry voice. His hand was trembling while to hold back his erupting emotions.
言っとくがな。それだけの取引現場を見られるのは連中にとって一番の急所なんだ。 だからもし運よくその場を発見したとしても、それを見た奴を決して生かしておかない。殺されに行くようなもんだぞ。
はい。
分かってていくお前はバカか。それとも自殺願望か。死に方まで父親の真似をするっていうのか。
Damn.
死にに行くのではありません。私は私の証を示すためにいかに。
There was no fear or intensity in her voice, as Tomoe quietly answered that. Even as Mino's clenched fist trembled, she stood directly in front of him, unmoving. Realizing that, he slowly released his grip and lowered his hands. Sorry for the voice quality, dude. Allergies are hitting hard. My nose is fucked, my lungs are kind of fucked. I kind of forgot how intense this where we ended off this mid scene, so maybe it wasn't the best idea to record this now, but let's just roll with it. If anything, we can find a nice spot to end after the 30-minute mark. Little 30-minute, little short episode cheese, as we like to call it. It was just as Tomoe said, it would take far too long to go through legal means to search an airport, especially ones that doubled as an SDF base, and there was no guarantee they'd be able to do it at all. But if her reasoning held true, then this truly was an all-or-nothing plan. If she could infiltrate the trade location and secure evidence, the enemy would completely be robbed of a path of retreat.
しかし、だからといって。
Telling Tomoe to infiltrate the site and conduct an investigation was essentially telling her to go off and die. What's more, Mino couldn't show any official involvement in this investigation. If it came to light, or if he revealed it himself, the higher-ups at MP would definitely get rid of him. He told Yamokai before that his role was to bear responsibility for his subordinates, but at the same time, it's his job to keep them from accepting unnecessary responsibility. So he'd be casting her aside or abandoning her to die for the sake of his organization. He certainly did engage in a few suicide missions during his day at public security. It was a bold move to conduct an infiltration while guaranteeing the police wouldn't be held responsible if the operation failed. Yeah, it's actually smart on Tomoe's part for sure. If you're going into a mission that you want to succeed 100%, that's why she's doing all this espionage. Don't show she's involved with the police at all. Sort of shtick. And even if she does die, they're still gonna find the body and it's still gonna be trouble for them, so it's kind of like a win-win, but you can win harder if she escapes alive with evidence, obviously. Nevertheless, could he actually give her the command to do something so outrageous? What's more, this oh god. What's more, this was the daughter of a man he owed his life to. My voice. Mino took a deep breath and tried to normalize his breathing, in an effort to keep all the hesitation and stagnation in his head under control. But the air that came out was warm and stale, so it brought him no comfort.
一つだけ聞かせろ、未来。それは刑事としての使命か。
いえ、公僕としての義務です。市民の方々の税金で生きる者として果たすべきものを果たすだけです。
When Mano heard those words, he pictured another person's face right in front of him. He was always the sort of man to say something that idealistic without any hesitation. But that's exactly why Mino had been willing to lay his life down for that man. His daughter was speaking the exact same words through her own mouth. Their shared blood was unmistakable. Thinking that to himself, Mano let out a huge sigh and adjusted his glasses.
合同捜査本部からは人員を出せんぞ。令状もなく行けば間違いなく違法行為。まして外資系が絡んで防衛庁もついてくればおそらく大問題になる。そうなると警察のお偉方はお前一人を切り捨てて守りに入っちまうだろう。それを知った上のことなんだろうな。
分かっています。ですから元刑事が暴走して錯乱してとんでもないことをやったと報告してください。そしてもしちゃんと戻ってくることができたら
No.
不法侵入と公安法違反の現
Just
行
drop
犯
the evidence in like a
逮捕していただけますか。
anonymous envelope, man. She doesn't need to go down if she actually made it out alive.
絶対だぞ。絶対に逮捕させろよ。被疑者死亡なんてこと報告書に書く気はないからな。
After that declaration, Mino walked past Tomoe and left the area. Tomoe quietly bowed her head as she watched him go, then turned around and began walking forward once again. When she made her way out of the entrance of Tokushi Station, it was already pitch black outside. Looking up at the night sky, the moon was brightly shining down on the earth. It was quiet and majestic, a nighttime view you could truly find beautiful from the bottom of your heart. Then she tilted her head back down and looked ahead. Oh, a whole bunch of human-shaped shadows could be seen off in the darkness. And when Tomoe finished descending the stairs in front of the entrance, dazzling bright headlights illuminated the presence of Tokuchi Station all at once. Now this might be shown as bad, but I think it might be good. It's like the Avengers assembly and this is all backed up. We got your back, Tomoe. That's probably what it is. That would be anime as fuck. Blinded by the light for a moment, Tomoe held her hand up to block it while looking forward. Then she couldn't help but gasp. Standing there was Fujita and Takayashiki, the boys. Takayashiki's the new boy. He's replaced Hanada. And shortly behind them, two of them were sorry. Yamadami, Nakayama, and Shima. Of course, I know all of those people. Especially Ando. Every member of the first division, Yandano, stood there grinning. Avengers assemble.
Fujita-kun. それに
Try to stop us now, Tokyo.
まどかさんから相談されましてね。南井さんがまた無茶なことをやりそうだって。
Might as well be Mino then. Actually, it's probably better you have a high-ranking official chilling in the backlines.
それで高屋敷から塚田治の話を聞いて、おそらくこうするだろうと。見事にビンゴですね。
LOL.
ああ、さすが南井次長の一の子分だぜ。
True, Fujita, the goat assistant. After saying that, Takayashiki laughed and gave him a pat on the shoulder as Fujita proudly puffed out his chest.
ご一緒させてください、南井さん。いえ、ボス。
Bossu!
嫌だと言われてもついていきますけどね。俺だけは絶対に。
おう、この野郎。だからって一人だけ点数稼ぐなよな。
Tomoe once again surveyed her surroundings. They all had refreshing, resolute smiles on their faces. And when she looked at them, each of them nodded back to her.
見ない次長
Eventually, the oldest among them, Ando, demonstrated their consensus by taking 2 steps forward and saluting Tomoe. On that signal, everyone else saluted Tomoe in unison. The power of Tomoe.
刑事一課の全捜査員ボスにご同行いたします
I now award her the title of Super Tomoe.
どうかご命令をご命令をボス
Bossu.
バカ言わないでよ。
Ride or die teammates. That's what you like to see, man.
みんな何を考えているのよ。
I mean, they're probably raining for some revenge too. Not just because they want to help Tomoe, but they got blue-balled hard last episode. Suddenly, Tomoe shouted at everyone while trying to suppress the intense heat welling up inside her chest. Are they stupid? Do they have any idea where she's going right now? Well, yeah, because they talked. They know, kinda. Do they truly understand they're doing something this ridiculous to mean jeopardizing their future?
分かってるの？
Yeah, you don't want Ando to lose his pension. Dude's already old.
これは命令違反。下手をすればじゃなくて本当にクビよ。みんな付き合えば明日から無職なのよ。
All of them confirmed braver than Oishi and Mayatashi before he got his bravery back. That it's based for side characters, let's just say that. So she said it. She couldn't help but speak up.
みんなそれぞれ生活があるんでしょ。
So do you.
家のローンだっ
Kinda.
て子供さんの学費だって年金も退職金も
Yeah, she knows the pensions,
なんで
man.
会社遅いのよ。
It's the bid thing. The bid P word.
再就職先だって簡単には
The big
見つからないし、警察官ほど恵まれた手当をもらえるところなんてそんなにあるわけがない。
Acting on emotion without thinking deeply into things never brings anything good. In fact, it can often result in the worst case scenarios. Still,
そいつは困った
maybe Ando should sit this one out. He sounds so old, man, and he's the oldest. Just retire,
これ
bro.
から小遣いが減っちまうな
Everyone else is young.
はあマイホームの夢がまた遠のきましたね今のオンボロ校舎も悪くないんですがまあいいか
They're all willing to risk it for the biscuit. That's what they're saying. Embrace it, Tomoe. Embrace it. Sorry. Upon hearing such carefree indifference, Tomoe's body began trembling in anger. No, was it really anger? Even she was letting her emotions take control, and somehow her voice had taken a hysterical tone.
それにそうよ、外交問題にだってなるかもしれない。
I mean, who cares about that, man?
それでなくても不法な越権行為で懲戒免職だけじゃ済まない。
Okay.
犯罪者扱いされて裁判にだってかけられる。
Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe they should care.
あなたたちの家族までその不幸に巻き込んで本当にいいの？
Just gotta not let that happen.
いいわけないでしょ。
見ないさ。
そうでしょ藤田君。あなただって
Your wife.
奥さんに何て言われるか想像しなくてもわかるでしょ。
Fujita's legendary wife.
今度は
Gotta
土
bring
下座
her
なん
up.
かじゃ許してくれないわよ。あなた奥さんと別れたくないんじゃないの？
ええ、もちろん。でもそれとこれとは話が別です。
それに高屋敷さんも。今度高屋敷さん結婚するんでしょ？安藤さん、お子さんの学費はどうするの？みんなもっと冷静になってよ。
Or nothing can happen at all, technically. You
後
know?
でどんなに悔やんでも
Don't be
私
such
に
a
は
Debbie
責任持
Downer.
てないんだから。
It's probably smart, but
ま、そう
Feel
なった
the
ら
vibe,
そうなった
man.
時です。
we gotta huddle up and do like a hand in the middle. Go police!
田舎からも戻ってこいって言われてるし、おとなしく実家のレストランでも継ぎますよ。
勉強なんてのは苦学してこそ身につくし貴重に思えるもんだ。入っただけで満足するような極つぶしにやる金などないわい。
ダメよ。ダメよみんな。
It had to be done. Tomoe, do you hear the music going on right now? It has to be done. It's too intense.
一緒に来
No
ないで。
take backs.
来ないでよ。何もいいことない。一時の正義感で突っ走ってもろくなことなんてない。正義の味方が悪をやっつけるなんてそれこそ
It's
テ
actually a
レビド
TV
ラマだけ
drama
の話なん
moment.
だから。
その正義の味方に
Allies of Justice pilled? Emiyashiro pilled? Let's go.
ミナイさん聞いてください。
And then, Fujita gently raised his hand to halt Tomoe's angry shouts, then started speaking in a calm tone.
俺考えたんですよ。なんで警察官になろうって思ったんだって。安い給料で毎日危険と隣り合わせで女房にまで早く辞めろって怒鳴られているのに、なんで俺たちこの仕事を続けているんだろうって。ただ俺ミナイさんと違ってあんまし頭良くないですから、難しい言葉を並べる前にシンプルに考えたら思い出したんです。俺たちって正義の味方、ヒーローに憧れてこの仕
Damn,
事をやっているんだ。
actually Shiro pilled. It's funny. Everyone combining their knowledge and courage and gallantly facing off against evildoers. That was how it was in the detective dramas Fujita saw when he was young. Sometimes they'd be hurt, and sometimes they'd run into trouble. But in the end, they'd arrest that evil criminal group. He'd always longed for that idea of poetic justice, and that was what drove him to become a detective.
俺は父親や祖父に憧れてです。厳しくて手が早くて何度も泣かされてきましたが、曲がったことは絶対にしないし言わない人だった。そんなだから近所の人にも尊敬されていたし、俺もそうなりたいって。
わしはどうだったかな。あんまり昔で忘れちまった。
Get this guy a chair, man.
だが誰かに頼られて感謝されるってのはなかなかに甘美でな。引退した後も忘れられそうにないわい。
Then, following the example set by Fujita, Takayashiki, and Nando, the men lined up behind them chimed in with their own comments like, "Me too," or "Now that you mention it." Those were their dreams and future ambitions? Seriously? How absurd, how ridiculous. If they said these things completely seriously, they might be laughed at for being childish or unrealistic. But even so, that's why they always existed deep in their hearts, serving as the pillars that supported their most important values and their way of life. Going against that would be like turning your back on yourself. And for a person to abandon their dreams, what right do they even have to talk about them?
だから最後までその夢は忘れちゃいけない。あなたを見てそう思ったんです。あなたがそれを思い出させてくれたんですよ。
藤田君。
なあに、こんな修羅場、刑事でも一生に一度できるかできないかですからね。
It's like when Oishi wanted to break into the Sonozaki house, and he's like, "Hey guys, you might lose your pensions, but let's do this." It's like this moment, but this moment's kind of more epic,
これで
honestly,
親父たち
because
と
it's
同じ
more
よ
of
う
a
に
climax
息子に
thing.
大きな顔ができますよ。俺は最高の山場を越えてきたんだってね。
高屋敷さん。
どうせ人間いつかは死ぬ。それ
Might
に
as well be
刑事も
today.
これから先に何
Because
年
I'm
続け
about
ら
to
れるかわ
die.
からん。
No, I'm joking, Ando. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
だったら死ぬまで自分は刑事だったと息子や孫たちに教えてやりたいしな。
安藤さん。
Everyone, even people older than her, they all had things they held dear. And yet, they were selfishly saying they wanted to stick with her. How? How could these guys be so impossibly foolish? But up until now, Tomoe was always earnestly working alongside them.
俺たちの
The
命
boys!
あんたに預けます。だからご命令をボス。
みんな
Let's do this!
みんなバカよ。大バカ集団よ。
Yay, and so... Tomoe raised her head while holding back the tears that were nearly spilling out. Oh my god! And then all the boiling heartfelt emotions accumulated in her chest burst out all at once, and as she cried out,
全捜査員乗車。
"Let's go!" Bringing out the opening.
軍用施設に強制捜査。執行。
Ba 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 ba! On that shout, the detectives of the 1st Investigation Division dashed to their patrol cars. Boop, boop. Fuck your drug deal. The sirens began rolling all out at once, and the flashing lights dyed the entire area bright red. Maybe you should like turn off the sirens? Thought we would not be stealthy with this. Then Tomoe slipped into the passenger seat of Fujita's car and turned to Fujita with his hands on the wheel, and the two of them silently nodded to one another. Got a 3-person team here. Reports from each car rapidly came in one after another through the police radio. In response to that, Tomoe picked up the receiver, took a quick breath, and spoke up.
A 班は安藤社、山上社。B 班は高屋敷社、大久保社。C 班は藤田社、牧田社で編成。
That's us.
A 班は安藤、B 班は高屋敷。C 班は私の先導でそれぞれ発進。
Zoom zoom. Then Fujita quickly stepped down on the accelerator, and the car quickly pulled out of the parking space in front of Kakuchi Station. After that, a whole group of black and white cars began starting up one after another. We're going... Fuck Tokyo, my homies hate Tokyo.
まあ
Mairo, I'm sorry you're missing this.
一人くらい利口な奴がいても良さそうなもんだが
Mino muttered to himself and shrugged his shoulders while watching the hustle and bustle outside the window. But contrary to Mino's words, he was truly proud, and he never felt happier to be a police officer than he did today. I'll never forget this scene until I die, Mino thought to himself as he turned away. I mean, it's a pretty epic scene. It's kind of crazy. I mean, the music's going crazy too, but... Holy... Put this on video, man. Show this when they get back alive. At the very least, they were carrying out their duty as public service funded by the tax dollars. Ba, ba, ba. Thumbnail, baby! Let's go! The Transportation Division was rapidly providing traffic reports over the radio one after another. The officer at the Transportation Division were likely pretending not to know anything about the situation while providing the 1st Division with the information they needed. Tomoe softly thanked Section Chief Komura for his support.
200m 手前の鹿
Yeah,
山地
back in the
交差点を
days when there wasn't
西
any
寺通り
Google
をかけて
Maps.
沢渡経由で直進。その後檜山交差点から左折して本通りに戻る。よろしく。
Tomoe's police convoy rushed through the city streets all together, the line hardly ever breaking formation. All the civilians on the road rushed to the side, completely bewildered by whatever was going on. Just then, the radio light started blinking and she could hear a voice mixed with static. It was the voice she recently became familiar with after exchanging documents. Asami, the deputy section-chief of the 2nd Investigation Division. Nah, we don't fuck with the 2nd Division. Get out of here, bro.
こちら見ないです。どうかしましたか？
What? What the? Hold up. Oh my god, Hanada's gonna be. Of course he is, man. Send the whole fucking squad. Wait, this is good. This is like, good for like a search warrant that they found out that someone was, one of their suspects are there. Hold up. We just got some, probable cause, baby. The 2nd Division was searching for Hanada's whereabouts under Asami's orders. Unfortunately, they had an insufficiently small number of investigators, so there's little chance they'd get results. But despite that, he recognized the investigation network based on the profiling analysis manual he borrowed from Tomoe, and steadily continued his investigation activities undeterred. Persistently, patiently, and painstakingly. Then after identifying the suspect as an intellectual criminal, they were able to determine a short list of candidates for stop-off points, and by thoroughly investigating those results, they were finally able to locate Hanada.
ありがとうございます、あさみさん。情報提供感謝します。
We're already on our way. Okay, we got some backup though.
ですがそれは。
Holy Okabe. He's being based? For once in his life?
岡部さんが。
Who would have thought? The stars are aligning. It's destiny, baby. As soon as that came in over the radio, Tomoe's jaw dropped and Fujita over in the driver's seat did exactly the same. It was a well-known rumor at Takuchi Station that 2nd Investigation Division, and in particular their manager Okabe, were not fond of Tomoe. Yeah, but he hates Light and Rips and everyone else more, so he's based now again. And yet he was offering to cooperate? Holy based. Everyone's taking the Tomoe pill. Nice. Tomoe desperately squeezed her tightening throat to say that over the radio. Everyone was doing so much to support her. So in order to repay them, she had to carry this through. No matter what it took. It's going crazy. Dude, I'm so hyped. We are gonna end it here though, but holy, they know, man. The hypeness literally made me forget about my allergies. I'm like, fuck it, dude. We're going sicko mode right now. But now that I'm still clogged up though. But dropping the opening like that. Look at this. Anyways, guys, that was crazy. I'm so excited for the siege. The Avengers, man. Everyone's assembled. Let's get to it. Imagine freaking in the midst of battle, Oishi just parachutes out of nowhere with Hatasata. Holy. Suramachi's there too. Oh my god. Anyway, anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Show's gonna be pretty exciting. Later.